Have you ever wondered why your life feels heavier than others? You do the right things. You try to live with integrity. You push yourself forward. And yet your path feels steeper, your battles harsher, your pain deeper. Let me tell you something. It's not your imagination. Those who are called to greatness often carry storms that the world cannot understand. It can feel as though a target has been painted on your back. But if you recognize this, perhaps you are one of them. Set apart, marked for a higher purpose, crafted for something beyond the ordinary. And here's the paradox. Being chosen for greatness does not mean an easier life. In fact, it often means walking through valleys that test the core of your being. Trials that feel like punishment are, in truth, proof of your calling. These struggles don't just break you, they remake you. They strip away illusions and force you to rely not on the applause of people, but on the steady approval of something greater within you. Maybe you've cried alone at night, wondering why suffering clings so tightly to you. Maybe friends have drifted away without reason. Maybe you feel like you carry a burden invisible to everyone else. If so, hear this. You are not cursed, you are not forgotten, and you are not alone. Across centuries, the chosen have walked the same narrow road, and every tear, every rejection, every loss was never wasted. It was shaping them into something extraordinary. Let's walk through the 5 pains that mark those called to greatness. When you understand them, your journey will begin to make sense. 1. The pain of rejection. Rejection comes without warning. One day people are by your side. The next, they are gone. You search yourself for mistakes, but often you'll find none. The truth is this: you haven't changed, your light has. And that light unsettles those who live in shadows. The chosen carry a presence that convicts without a word. Just by existing, you challenge what others would rather ignore. So instead of facing themselves, they push you away. Even Jesus was not spared rejection. His own family doubted him. His neighbors scoffed. Isn't this the carpenter's son? If the Son of the Divine endured rejection, do not be surprised when you experience it too. But rejection has a purpose. It detaches you from human applause and attaches you to inner approval. It is also life's way of protecting you. Some people cannot journey with you into your destiny. Their presence would only weigh you down. So when they are removed, understand it's not cruelty. It's mercy. Do not chase after those who left. Bless them, release them, and trust that space is being made for those meant to walk with you. 2. The pain of loneliness. There is a loneliness that no crowd can cure. You can be surrounded by friends, family, laughter, and noise, and still feel an emptiness gnawing inside. The chosen know this loneliness deeply, because it is not caused by the absence of people, but by the difference of spirit. You carry visions that others cannot see. You hear whispers of purpose while the world talks about weekend plans. You think in terms of destiny, while those around you only think in terms of comfort. And so even when you try to share what's burning inside, you are met with blank stares, polite nods, or even criticism. This creates a silent ache because you realize that the very things that define you are the same things that separate you. You love people, but you cannot walk in their direction. They pursue success, but you are chasing significance. They want to fit in, but you are called to stand apart. This loneliness is not an accident. It is purposeful. Life often isolates the chosen so truth can whisper without distraction. Think about it. Moses was called in the desert, away from Egypt's noise. Elijah heard truth not in the earthquake or the fire, but in the still small voice, alone in the cave. Even Jesus often withdrew to lonely places to reflect. It is in solitude that vision downloads. It is in loneliness that your roots grow deeper. While the world sees absence, destiny sees preparation. And yes, it hurts. You may wonder why the people closest to you cannot carry the burden you carry. You may cry when your deepest thoughts go unheard by those around you. You may long for someone to simply get it. But hear this. Your loneliness is not a punishment. It is an incubator. Just like a seed must be buried alone in darkness before it breaks forth into life, you too are being hidden for a season. And here's the promise. You will not always walk alone. In time, life will bring people who get you, who share your passion, and who light your fire. Until then, the loneliness you feel is shaping you, sharpening you, and setting you apart for what is to come. 3. The pain of inner conflict. Every chosen one faces a battle inside. Spirit versus flesh. Higher self versus lower impulses. You want to grow but feel drained. You want to focus but struggle with distraction. You vow to change, yet temptation waits at every corner. And then comes the guilt whispering, if I truly wanted this, why would I feel this way? But even Paul, the great apostle, confessed, I do not do the good I want, but the evil I do not want is what I keep on doing. The truth is, chosen ones feel temptation more fiercely because darkness knows your potential. If you are called to speak, it will attack your voice. If you're called to lead, it will tempt you with pride. If you're called to create, it will whisper that you're not good enough. The absence of inner struggle is not always a sign of strength. It can mean surrender. Your conflict is not failure. It's proof that truth is alive within you. Every fall is a chance to rise again, lean on grace, and walk with deeper humility. 4. The pain of renunciation. The chosen are called to let go again and again. Sometimes it begins small, a habit, a place, a distraction that no longer sits right with your spirit. But over time, the sacrifices grow heavier. Friendships that once defined you now hold you back. Career paths that looked promising suddenly clash with your calling. Even blessings others celebrate may not belong to you. Abraham left his homeland. Moses gave up the palace. Paul laid aside his achievements. Each renunciation felt like loss, but it was actually preparation. In life's economy, taking away can actually mean adding more. Every time you let go, you make room for something greater. 5. The pain of waiting. Perhaps the hardest pain of all, waiting. The world races ahead while you feel stuck in slow motion. You work, but results seem distant. You knock and doors refuse to open. Joseph knew this pain, sitting in a prison while his dreams gathered dust. David knew it, anointed as king yet hiding in caves for years. Their delays were not punishment. They were preparation. Waiting refines character so you can handle the weight of the promise when it finally comes. Every unanswered prayer is stretching your trust. Every closed door is testing your obedience, the meaning behind the pain. When you weave these pains together, rejection, loneliness, inner conflict, renunciation, and waiting, you begin to see the pattern. These are not signs that you've been abandoned. They are marks of your calling. Rejection shifts your trust inward. Loneliness sharpens your ear for truth. Inner conflict keeps you humble. Renunciation frees your hands for greater gifts. Waiting builds your faith and patience. Your journey may not be easy, but it is sacred. While others chase comfort, you are being prepared for purpose. While many skim the surface, you are being called to the depths. One day, all those tears will finally make sense. You will see that the nights you spent weeping were seeds of harvest, that every no was protecting you for a greater yes. And when the promise finally arrives, you will say with unshakable certainty, it was worth it. If this message spoke to you, drop a comment that says, I am chosen. Declare it, because recognizing your calling is the first step to walking in it. Hit subscribe, because we drop content every week for people who know they're meant for more and refuse to settle for ordinary lives. Share this with someone carrying invisible burdens. Someone who needs to know their pain has purpose. Remember, your heaviest battles are preparing you for your greatest victories. The rejection cleared space for divine connections. The loneliness built unshakable strength. The waiting refined you for what you're about to carry.